We will throw all the highlights at you, so make sure you don't pass this one by. Celebrate the season that was. Run through the forest, run! Cheer your Cardinals on and congratulate those who had nice seasons. Here we go. Sports Night is next.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sportsnight. I'm Joe Young.
And I'm Howie Shapiro. And the last show before we do the review of the fall season.
Yeah, and fall season not quite over.
No, not quite.
The swimming and diving team obviously always gets a little bit of a break before their section tournament. That's coming up end of next week. And we have a state tournament competitor that will be at the University of Minnesota on Saturday this week to cheer on it. We'll get to that.
We will.
In a moment. It's been a couple of weeks. The shortened week because of MEA. We had 2 football games over a matter of 4 days and then a little bit of a break over MEA. And now we're into the playoffs. And as you brought up, season's already kind of over for most.
Pretty much in terms of because our next Sports Night will be the review show.
It absolutely will. But we do have a lot to talk about tonight, starting with those 2 football games. The Cardinals closed out the regular season before that MEA weekend, welcoming new division rival Roseville on a Wednesday evening. Both teams came in at 1-6, trying to close out the season with a win and finish ahead of their opponent in the final standings. It was a wild one, start to finish, and the Cardinals capped off an impressive come-from-behind victory with the dramatic score in the closing seconds. Cardinals excited to take their home field one last time in 2025. Things went wrong right away. Opening drive, Adam Kish punting out of his own end zone, bobbles it, leads to a block out of the back of the end zone. Safety gave the Raiders an early lead. Second possession, another 3 and out. Kish being extra careful to secure the ball. Ref says he put his knee down. Roseville takes over at the Cardinals 16. Just a couple plays later, Chase Browning rolling right on play action finds Wayne McGriff in the flat. He's able to force his way across the line, and a 2-point conversion made it 10-0. Cardinals go to their bag of tricks early in the second, but it backfires spectacularly. This is ruled a fumble by Ebrod Leedsy. Jacob Wolf able to scoop and score from the 14. Raiders up 17-0 just a minute into the second quarter. The ensuing kick, Elijah Hibbler flubs the return, but it was not a problem. He just picks it up, finds a seam, and he turns on the Jets. A 90-yard kick return touchdown for Hibbler. Got the Cardinals on the board, and all of a sudden, things started clicking a little bit more their way. Unfortunately, this time the celebration was short-lived. The Raiders take just 6 plays to go to 80 yards. Get back to the paint. Cam Finney finishes it with an 18-yard score. Roseville added a field goal, make it 26-7, but the Cardinals answer on their next offensive play. Aiden Snow airing it out and finding Vashi Ebrod-Leedsy with a step on the safety. He hauls it in on his way to the end zone. 2-point conversion made it 26-15 at the half. Cardinals creep even closer in the third. Sean Washington III not to be denied on this 7-yard score. Another 2-point conversion. The deficit that was once as high as 19 was down to just 3. Oh, and the Cards had all the momentum. Defense holds for a 3 and out. Offense answers with another huge play. Second 21, Snow finds Hudson Tannum over the middle. He finds blockers up ahead, and the junior's first target of the season is a 65-yard touchdown with the Cardinals in the lead. Raiders had a really long drive stall midway through the fourth. Jonas Harper hits his second field goal of the game. That one tied it at 29. Cardinals answer with what was possibly their best drive of the entire season. Aiden Snow on first and 10 from the 20 decides to take off. It's a great block downfield from Washington, dives into the end zone. Cardinals take the lead with just 10 seconds left. Cardinal Nation gets to celebrate a win in their final home game of the season. And the Cardinals split their conference schedule 2-2, finished 2-6 overall.
Really nice way to especially the way it ended, to win, get that win to close the regular season out.
And
going
in dramatic fashion, too.
Yeah, because after Hibbler scored that long kickoff return, thought, the momentum was changing. All of a sudden, Roseville came back and scored and put a little more pressure on it. But give credit to the Cardinals on both sides of the ball to come back and get that win.
Well, and I think Hibbler's return was absolutely essential to their survival at that point in the football game, because everything had been going against them. I mean, they were down 17-0 just a minute into the second quarter, and then it looked bad because he dropped it, and Speed kills.
Speed kills, definitely.
Absolutely.
And then unfortunately, Aiden Snow getting hurt on that last play, which would cost him the section playoff game. And fortunately, he'll be back next year. But that's a tough way to stop your, just quit your season. Not quit, but
true, absolutely. But I mean, that's giving it all for your team and going down in a blaze of glory, as it were, for the 25 season.
No question, for sure. But the problem is that I'm sure how disappointed he was not to be able to play,
100%.
go out with his guys and play in that section contest. Well, it's always tough to be the 8th seed starting the playoffs, but it's a familiar position for the Cardinals squad. This year, the 6A tournament started by crossing sections 4 and 5, which meant the Cards hit the road for Forest Lake. The Rangers were 7-1, and their only loss was just by 5 points. 2 weeks later, they seemed to be still hungry to make up for the one that got away. Forest Lake defense forced the Cardinal backwards in their opening possession. Huge sack by Aiden Waslick. That made it 3rd and 25 from the 5. 2 plays later, Adam Kish punting from the end zone. Rangers bring everybody, and for the second straight week, the Cardinals' opening possession ends with a block punt for a safety. Forest Lake's first offensive play of the game, and they show just how dangerous their run game can be. Mac Jerkovich gets behind the blockers, finds the seam. He's gone. 45-yard touchdown run, just the start of a huge night. They got the pick of the Cardinals' second play. They take advantage of the short field. Kevin Naragu in from the 8. Forest Lake up 15-0 midway through. They were just up 29 just before the first real misfire early in the second. Jerkovich fumbles and then boots it right to Aiden Decker. He does a nice job of securing it and getting upfield. Unfortunately, they couldn't capitalize. Forest Lake's Howie Johnson, one of the best D linemen in the country, got a huge sack on the Cardinals' second play. That set the state record for most tackles for loss in a career. Congratulate to that young man, future Gopher. Rangers only threw the ball 3 times in the game. Connor Johnson puts this one up. Just let Mike Savageau go up and get it. He's able to haul it in for an 18-yard score. Forest Lake was up 43-0 at the half. Well, the Cardinals able to move the ball better in the second. This is a 16-yard gain by Sean Washington, the third and longest run of the game for the Cardinals. Defense forces the Cards into 3rd and long, but Vaciad Brodlidze getting time in the pocket, throws long over the middle, and Loic Joitza makes a great catch at the 3-yard line. Next play, they put some extra bodies in the backfield, and Brodlidze follows his block to pay dirt. Cardinal able to get some points on the board. But unfortunately, their season ends with a 57-7 loss at the hands of Forest Lake. And, give credit to the Rangers. They're a good football club. And,
very good.
And that's a great place for a game. I love the fact the light show that they have during the scores. It was a fun, great press box. It was a fun place to do a game. Unfortunately, Cardinals didn't have a lot of fun that evening.
No, 47 of their 50 plays were run plays. He only converted 2 out of 3 passes, but when you have a run game that is averaging better than 5 yards a carry, there's no reason to throw the football.
Nope.
And their defense is very, very good as well.
Yes.
And we wish them definitely some luck. I certainly wish them a lot of luck in their next contest, because I always am going to go against the Edina Hornets. Hornets a winner over Farmington, the 4 over the 5. There were only a couple of upsets in the first round of the 6A tournament. None in this portion of the bracket, as you see all of the top 4 seeds advancing. The biggest upset of the tournament, number 6 Moorhead knocking off number 3 Blaine in the first round.
Yeah, that was a tough one for the Bengals.
And I think there was only one other upset, and it was a 5 over 4.
Yeah, 5 over 4, correct.
Well, the Cardinals volleyball team made some great strides this season, posting their best record in 6 years, but they were still a huge underdog when it came to the playoffs. Cardinals posted 9 wins this season, but they were 0-6 against section teams. The top-seeded Cougars, meanwhile, had won 7 of their last 8, including a dominant sweep of the Cardinals, and they were going to be more than a handful. Not surprisingly, Centennial was able to jump to the very early lead. The Cardinals trying to keep them within range. Attack from Gallipo. Cougars are going to turn it back to their left side, but Gallipo and Azaria Banks are there. Double shot of stuffing. Visitors get the side out. Centennial has a lot of weapons. None more impressive than number 6. Elena Hakey gets a kill in the middle. Cougars take the opening set, 25-10. Hakey will be a Gopher next fall, and she was just heating up. It's another kill in the middle, 25-7 win in the second. Centennial put in some second stringers for most of the third set, but they bring the starters back in late, trying to avoid going to the fourth. Cardinals fighting all the way to the finish. Great net play right here from Banks. Set 3 goes to a win by 2 situation. The Cougars are not to be denied, and they ended in 3. This time it's Nora Leeser finding the floor. That gave Centennial the 28-26 win in the third and ended the Cardinals season. But again, plenty of reason for these Cardinals to be proud. Best record in more than 5 seasons.
They were a lot of fun to watch this year. I mean, we talked about it, throughout the year, the energy that the coaching staff brings that really translates to the players on the court. And, sure, you don't want your season to end, but you're going against a really good squad. And as you mentioned, a lot to be proud of, nothing to hang your head about. You had a really nice season, and you've got lots to build on for next year.
Yeah, and again, it was a number 8 versus a number 1. Yep. The Cougars are going to be very tough to beat in the Section 7A 4A bracket. Andover got past Cambridge Isani 3-0, but a big upset again. Blaine, the team to get upset this time by Duluth East, came down, got the win in the first round. Only upset in the first round, and that second round is coming up on Tuesday this week. Swimming and diving team has a couple weeks off before their section tournament. Their last event of the regular season was the Northwest Suburban Conference match for 11th place. And in it, the Cardinals, in an impressive come-from-behind fashion, able to secure their first win of the season by a single point. Coach Rachel Schleter broke it down and went through all the swims they had in the beginning. They were trailing, weren't having their best swims. Their better swims came in the second half. Came down to the final event. In that 400 free relay, they needed to win, and they needed to have 2 of the 3 scoring relay teams, and they did just that, enough to get the win and finish in 11th place. Gives them a little bit of a pep in their step as they go into the taper time, getting ready for sections. Sections start a week from Thursday, go Thursday through Saturday. That will be held at the Northdale Middle School pool. The state tournament will be down at the U of M campus the following week.
Again, what a great way to get that victory, to come from behind and get that 1-point win.
In the final event.
Yeah, really nice way to close that out.
Absolutely.
Well, the cross-country season isn't quite over at Coon Rapids, with one of the Cardinal leaders qualifying for this weekend state meet. It'll be Ruby Demmer's second straight trip to the biggest event of the year, but she wasn't the only one with a noteworthy performance at sections. 23 of the 28 Cardinals competing across all levels set personal records, and 3 others had season best times. We start with the boys. Absolutely beautiful weather at the event at Anoka on Tuesday. It's been a bit of a rebuilding year for the Cardinals after losing both their state entrants from a year ago. Senior Dagi Alimu, has led them all year. He finishes 33rd in a time of 17:29. Freshman Tate Burnett and senior Josh Hyatt will finish together in 17:55, 43rd and 44th place. Josie Jacobs, one of 3 sophomores making up the rest of the roster, he finished in 51st, and freshman Nixon Glenn is in 53rd, just under 19 minutes. Cardinals finish 8th. On the girls' side, Ruby Demmer among the favorites from the very start, but a lot of excitement surrounding what is happening behind her on the team. You see groups of Cardinals navigating the course together and pushing each other to go faster. Ruby breaks her own school record at sections. She is in 6th place in a time of 18:38 and headed to the U of M on Saturday. 8th grader Mackenzie Ryland is the next Cardinal to finish. She's 45, 5th place in 21:56. Josie Sinagaglia is just 8 seconds back in 46th. And then Emily Bournes finishes 50th with sophomore Faith Koo crossing in 51st place. The girls team also finished 8th in the section championships.
Yeah, Ruby,
so nice
best
to see.
of luck to her.
Yes.
And continuing to get stronger. I love the way she finished. I mean, she knew coming up to the finish that she was in a position she was going to qualify for state, but still wanted to push it both for the best possible position and also the best possible time. And again, breaking her own school record. She's just a junior, so still one more chance after this, but wishing her all the best this season. Last year, she was there along with her brother, Lachlan, who was a section champion for the boys team. The boys had 2 entrants last year, but Ruby will not be alone. I'm sure there will be a good group of fans there to support her. And we certainly will be watching. We will update you the next time we get on the desk here. It will be time to review the show, but we will have that information as well on how well she does, and certainly everybody here wishing her the best.
The best,
at state.
absolutely.
But that is going to do it for this edition of Sports Night. There it is. It's all girls hockey on the upcoming schedule. Our first event on Saturday the 8th against the Eden Prairie Eagles, and we'll travel to take on Maple Grove on the 13th and be at Elk River on the 18th. But that is going to do it for this edition of Sports Night. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying good night.